Hello everybody. I welcome you to the automation class Selenium for the March 2019. If you can hear me loud and clear, please send me a message in the chat. I want to be sure that you can all hear me loud and clear. Okay, one second. Okay, that is very, very good. It's a very good start. I'm happy you can all hear me loud and clear. So this is a live session. Everything is being recorded. And then, as you know, you are going to have the video at the end of the class. So, and you are aware of what we are learning in this particular class. We are learning Selenium. So, we are automating software tests with Selenium and Java. I will make, based on the feedback from the previous lessons or batches, we like to make this class very simple because we are all coming from different backgrounds and we have varied knowledge. But I would like to bring everybody together at the same level so that we can actually learn something that we can retain. There's no point, spending 2 hours here and spending 6 days, and then at the end of the day, we can't take anything out of it. Even if we learn something for a day, I prefer it. That's how I always say, that if you understand the basics, it's better than learning the entire thing without understanding it at all. So, today, what are we doing? At the end of today's class, we should achieve number one aim, which is understanding the general concept of software testing, automation. And also, we should be able to understand Selenium, what it is, not how to use it, obviously, but what it is, different kind of Selenium, and why we use Selenium. And the third part, we understand it 40% to 50%. And the reason for that is that I'm going to show you quickly the syllabus. This is what I used to have in the past. I used to have day 1 to 6. I used day 1 alone to learn Java. But based on feedback and my own experience from student understanding, I've realized that 1 day is not enough to learn Java. Even 10 days is not enough. But for our purpose, 1 day is not enough. So today and tomorrow will be based on learning the basic concept of Java. So that is why I've said here that in our 3 objective will only be achieved 40% to 50%. So as a warning, guys, naturally I speak very fast. It's not, I don't do that on purpose, but that's my nature. So if you think that I'm speaking too fast and you cannot follow, please leave me a message and I will slow down. I will caution myself. This is not about me. This is about you guys. The learning is about you. I'm learning too, but for this class, it's for you. If I'm speaking too fast, please let me know. If you can't hear me at any time, please let me know. If you can't see my screen at any time, please let me know. And some of you are logging in from 2 different platforms, Emmanuel, Imbaga. In fact, you are logging in from 3 platforms. That will cause some problem for the system and for your own enjoyment as well. If you can log in on, I understand that some of you are at work, you are using your phone and you're looking at it on the computer. But 1 platform is sufficient. Josephine as well. If possible, try to log out of other devices and use just 1, please, so that we can all enjoy. So I hope you understand what I've said. If I'm speaking too fast, let me know. If you can't see my screen, let me know. If you can't hear, let me know, because we have to learn by force. So my question then is that, what do we understand as automation, guys. Because today we are going to learn the general concept of automation. And I know, Emmanuel Mbaga, what I mean is that you are logging in from more than one device. Maybe you are logging in from the phone and at the same time from the laptop or desktop. Make sure that you are on one platform only at a time. Okay. So please, guys, I like responses from everybody. That gives me assurance that we are together. So, and that we are learning. Before we came to this class, we all have some preconception, like there's something that we have in mind. There's some notion that we have in mind about automation testing. What are these things? What do you understand automation testing as? I mean, if I don't have to ask you, but it's good I ask you so that we can understand the concept. Okay. William said that he's doing something automatically, like an automatic car changes gear on his own. Yeah. Oluwasegun said automatic. Yes. Automatic. Okay. Opposite of manual. Olani. Okay. You're not nobody's drunk so far. Trust me. Okay. So, all right. Testing using that is the closest answer to my question is from Oyewumi Oluyede. That automation is testing using tools. Yes. So that's the difference. Okay. In your manual testing, you've been creating You've been creating your test cases in manually, and then you have to go to the website yourself. I don't know what you've been testing, but you go to the website, you enter the URL with your own hands, and then you begin to test whatever you are testing. So, but automation is also, yes, developing a process for repeated usage. Automation is also requires manual effort. Because we say automation, it doesn't mean that you wouldn't have to, contribute. Of course, who is going to write the codes for you? You are going to write the codes, and sometimes, if you are not very patient, you will ask yourself maybe whether it's worth it at all, to even automate. Because especially if you are coming from a background where you are not used to coding, you will be like, okay, I better go to the website and do it manually rather than writing a code. But the good thing is that once you write your code, they are repeatable. You can use them. So, all right. The question is just to see where we stand, what we understand. So anyway, let's continue with the slide, and then. So today overview generally is that we are going to be, understanding what is automation testing, why we automate, the benefits, how do we automate, what is Selenium, why Selenium, and the types of Selenium, and then we begin to understand Java as a software tester, not as a programmer. Guys, does anybody know exactly what is the difference between a tester and a developer? Okay, Jamie, can you shed light on that? Christiana Oluwasegun, yeah. Christiana, okay. Well, Bolahon is the closest to my satisfaction. Everybody is right. Yes. Yes, Olani, yes. Okay. All right, let me, thank you everybody for contributing. All right, this is what I like, and we can learn. So there are a few answers. They say that developers write codes. Well, this is the good news. If you do automation as a tester, you will write codes too. But the code you are writing has a different purpose. The code that developers are writing is to create an application or develop an application. why we as testers, according to the answer from Charles, from Emmanuel, from Osa Renoma, blessing, from Bolaon, we write our code to ensure that what the developer has created with their code is actually working the way it is expected. We write codes too, and the more code you write, trust me, the more money you can earn, the more valuable you will be in the market. If you can build framework yourself, of course, you are going to be in hot demand. So let's go ahead. Thank you everybody for that contribution. So developer write code, testers write code too. Get that clearly. But the code we are writing have different purposes. We are not creating application, rather we are testing application with our codes. So, like I said before, the use of software to perform or support test activities. So basically, use of another software to help you to test another software. So normally you will have to go to websites one after the other manually. You will type the URL by yourself. You will go there, you will click on a link, you will enter your password, you will enter your username, you will click login. But with certain softwares, they can do that for you once you put in the right instruction. And this definition, I've chosen the ISTQB one. If you go online, you will see thousands of definition. But it's as simple as this. You don't have to cram definition. You don't need it. You just have to understand the concept. You are using one software to help you or to support your testing activities. You can use it to manage your test. For example, like Jira. Jira, some of you must have heard about Jira. It's a software management, test management software. It will help you to, link your requirement to your test cases, to the actual result. If there's a defect, it will link everything together and you can generate a report for you. You can use software to do test design. You can use software, for example, Selenium, to execute tests. And you can use Selenium also to check your results, for example, as well. So that is what automation test is about. It's about using one software tools to support your test, to increase. So why do we automate? You have seen it all and you have said it all. To increase the effectiveness of our testing, to increase efficiency. What 10 people will do manually. Yes, like I said before, you have to build the codes, and that's not easy. That's not easy job. That is not joke. But once you have built the codes, written the codes, one person can run the code that 20 manual testers will run. It's very efficient. It's very fast. It saves time. It saves money. They ensure that the test is accurate because there's no manual interaction. It's machine, it's software that is doing it. So it's more accurate. There's no room for error. Of course, if your codes are written wrongly, you will get bad results. However, if everything is correct in your software, in your codes, you will get reliable results. It ensures quality, early bug detection, because the earlier you run it, the earlier you detect any error. And the good thing, or the most popular reason why they are using it, because the code are reusable. So, for example, as you all know, that every day softwares are being updated for many reasons, even on your phones. So those of us who use Android or iOS, you will see that they will tell you that we have 3 updates for you, we have 4 updates for you. So every time that they are updating those softwares, they need to test them again. Yes, Ibrahim, thank you. Regression testing. They need to test them again to ensure that those codes that they have developed before are still working to the same standard after fixing it or after updating any feature or functionality. So for manual testers, you will go back again and test the whole thing from beginning. But for automation All you have to do is to run the code again, that code that you used the first time. Sometimes it's possible that you adjust something, but it will be minimum effort compared to manual. And then you can distribute your test cases. It's easy, it's robust code development. All you have to do is, click on the run button from wherever you have, you have saved it, and it's error free. It increases the speed of test execution, as you will come to find out as well. So, for you as a tester, what is the benefit? Because I know that none of us here is coming to do this course because we love testing so much. Well, it's possible, don't get me wrong. That would be a wrong statement to say. Some people can love testing, some people can love quality assurance, but some people love it as well because of the personal benefits. For example, me, I didn't come here because I want to ensure that all the software in the world is error free. I actually came here because I want to improve myself, number one. I want to develop my career, number two. I want to earn more money, number three. So for us as testers, there's more job opportunities. Like you will know if you go online and look for automation testers, the result that you are going to get, you cannot deal with it tonight. And then there is you as a person. You become more knowledgeable, more skilled, more advanced. There's more challenge for you. There's something you are looking forward for too. And there's increased efficiency. The way you work before is different from now. When you become a automation tester, before you are testing things manually. Now you'll be testing things quicker. And then the moment you start to love coding, you can actually become a developer. The more deeper you go, the more better you will become. And more importantly, like I said, automation testers make more money. If they pay a manual person 20, that's an example. I'm not giving you a valid statistic from anywhere. If they pay manual person 20,000, they probably pay 30,000 to automation tester. I'm just giving you a scenario. It's not the same because you require more skills to be an automation tester. So moving on, all this explanation is just to prepare your mind and then explain what you are trying to learn. Because you've been learning software testing for a couple, I don't know how long you've started, maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks. You've understand the testing life cycle, the bug, you've written test cases, you've tested them. So why are you learning this? Because you want to become better. You want to become skilled. You want to become more knowledgeable. So, like we said before, we use tools to test. So when we say automation, it doesn't mean that there's a machine somewhere that you just press the button and then all your tests is run. No, we use other tools, and there are so many of them. Because I don't want you to have the notion. This is why I'm going through this process for you. So before, in the past, I've made a mistake of starting my lecture on the first day and then starting to code. A lot of people struggle, So I have introduced this soft approach to starting, so that you can understand where we are coming from, and where we are going. So if I just say hello everybody and I go to Java and start to write codes, some people will say, okay, I think I've made a mistake. I will call Steve and cancel this very one. So, but the way I'm explaining, if you follow me, you will understand. And I'm going to tell you some other things that will make you believe, because belief is very important. If you don't believe, you cannot achieve. My fellow friends, I won't call you my students, my fellow friends. If you don't believe, you can't achieve it. So I will tell you why you have to believe in a minute. So we have a lot of tools, and they're not limited to this one here. I'm just showing you all of this to show you that there are so many tools. Some of you will end up not ever using Selenium to work, and that's not your fault. That's because probably you're going to be employed by a company who doesn't mind hiring you based on your Selenium experience, and then they will train you for test complete. You will get this slide, and if you don't get it, you get the video. You will get the video 100%. I don't send course material. Okay, somebody said my audio is down. Can you hear me? Josephine said my audio is down. Can everybody hear me loud and clear? It's very important that you hear me loud and clear. Josephine, is it better now? Loud and clear, loud and clear. Everybody say loud and clear. Josephine, Can you hear me? Okay, everybody is fine. Josephine, everybody is fine. If you cannot hear, okay, yes, now. Okay, thank you. If you can't hear me sometimes, it's not just me, because you have to understand that we are streaming our lecture. So, which means that our devices are depending on internet from our different end. If my internet is bad here, then it will affect the quality of my audio. Likewise, if it's bad from your end, it will also affect it. So sometimes it's worth it to quickly log out and log in. I'm not saying that that's the case always, but sometimes it's very helpful to, try and log out and log in again. So as I'm saying there, these are examples of automation testing tools. Selenium, I've put Selenium here because we are learning it. And it's not number one. I'm not going to lie to you. But the reason why we can argue that it's number one is because this guy here is open source. And by open source, it means that there's no restriction to using it. It's free. You don't need a license to use Selenium. All you need is knowledge of how to apply it. Whereas, Test Complete, you need a license. You will buy it. It's not free. Qmetry, you buy it. This guy testing, you buy it. Cypress, you buy it. HP QTP. In fact, in the past, as of last year, October, we used to teach QTP live. But we can't teach it since December because we don't have the tools anymore. For one student to have access to this tool, you need £1,000 for a year. Just for this tool. So Selenium is a platform that helps you to learn, and when you search for a job as well, is widely accepted. Widely accepted. Some of these guys here, they actually use the knowledge of Selenium to build their tools, but they made it more easier. In Selenium, you have to know how to code. Because it's free, there's no support from anywhere. It is you that will learn coding, programming, and then you will apply it. Yes, Christiana, you are going to get a link to free Selenium, Java, Cucumber tools. Yes, we are going to do that tonight. As a matter of fact, I will show you, I will explain to you, because I need all of you 100% to go back tonight. And I understand that it might not be possible because I've been there before. Some of you are going to work tonight. Some of you are even at work. Some of you have families, children. But I will implore you, because whatever is worth doing is, whatever is worth doing, you have to do very well. So it's worth doing well. Take your time, take the pain, and try to follow my instruction to try and install all the software that you needed for this class. And then try to practice whatever we've done tonight. Try and practice it. When you listen, you will think you understand everything. Only when you try to practice, then you will know that practice is different from listening. Yes, I've been there. So guys, these are examples of tools. These tools are used for different stuff. We will learn Cucumber as well, along the line. And then when we finish the entire course, I'm going to recommend personally, from my own experience, I recommend things that you can learn, to supplement your knowledge and become a very, very, very desirable tester in the market. So something like Appium. Appium is used for mobile, like either Android or Apple. So these are examples of tools. So I'm just saying this so I don't think that the only tools that is used for automation is Selenium. No, there are thousands there. There are ones that I don't even know. So as a matter of fact, I don't stress myself anymore. I can learn, but I just want to be a specialist in the thing that I know. I know it's bad because the world is changing, and if you think that you want to stick to what you know, you might be left out. However, because I know that Selenium is still very valid, I stick to my Selenium and I stick to my Java. Alright guys, let's move on because of our time. What is Selenium then? Simple language. Selenium is a tool. It's a software. It is created for automating web browsers. What does that mean? You can only use Selenium to test any application that is on the web. For example, like this. Anything that is on the web on the browser. That is what you can use Selenium for. You cannot use Selenium to to test Microsoft Word, for example, because Microsoft Word is not a browser based, although there are browser versions of it now, like the Microsoft 365. However, the traditional one is the one that is on inside your computer. So you can't use Selenium to test application that is installed on your computer, but you can use it to test browser-based application, like your bank address, like eBay, like Argos, like Yahoo, anything you can open on a browser. And this guy is across many platforms, meaning that it's not just Google Chrome or Opera or Mozilla. You can use it to test any browser or many browser, and then you can use it with many languages. So don't be confused. Some of you be thinking, which language are you talking about? English, but I'm going to try to break it down as much as possible. But this is what Selenium is, and this is the link here. You can write this down, and you can learn more, from this website, seleniumhq.org. You will find out what Selenium is, and you will get a link. You get all this information. But if you want to write it down, if you are curious like me, you can write it down and learn more in your own time. So why do we choose Selenium? I've said it before already, because Selenium can stimulate, mark that keyword, it can stimulate a real user experience on a web browser, and then validate the checkpoint. Mark those keywords, remember them, stimulation of a real user experience. What does that mean? As a real user, I will be able to click on this browser icon, and then it will open up this browser. As a real user, I'll be able to type in google.co.uk. As a real user, I'll be able to enter my username. As a real user, I'll be able to enter my password. Selenium can help us to do the same. Something that can act as if a human being is doing something. And then it can validate checkpoint. What's a checkpoint? Checkpoint is like a method of verification to ensure that what we are doing is actually what we are doing. For example, if you log into an application and you want, for proof's sake, you want a screenshot or you want to get some information from there to be sure that actually you are doing the right thing. That's a checkpoint, to validate a checkpoint. And then one of the reasons why we use Selenium is that it runs in many browsers. Like I've said before, you can run it in Google Chrome, in Opera, in Firefox, Mozilla, in Windows Edge, even in Safari. Those of you who are using Mac, I don't use Mac, it's too expensive for me. I'm a poor man, kind of. So, but I use it at work sometimes. So, Selenium also enjoys support of some largest browser vendors. So basically, Selenium has been integrated into many of these browsers that we are using today. So when you are testing those browsers, it's easy. They relate to Selenium easily because they understand Selenium. In fact, most of the browser developers, they are part of the people that created Selenium, because they created it. They created a means by which those browsers can be tested. So it is, like I said, it is a core technology in countless other browsers. They created it. It is integrated into Chrome, so Selenium is the best tool for web browser application. It can be controlled by many programming languages. That is the bit that I need to explain to you properly. Java, Python. Does anybody have any knowledge of programming before now? Or does anybody know what it means? What programming means? I know you know what is code. Yes, but do you have any knowledge of any language at all? Anybody? Afolabi, you are struggling a bit from your hand. You are logging in and out. I hope everything is okay. Class, are you still with me? Okay. Basic. Ibrahim, what language did you learn? Sahid, okay, that's very good. That's impressive. C++, Java, Basic, that's very good. I will take note of that. Sahid, Jamie. Well, guys, if you don't have any knowledge, okay, Ibrahim has Java. You are not at any disadvantage. Trust me. The purpose why you are in this class is to learn. So the reason why SQL, yes, SQL, yes, it's not a programming language in the real sense, but once you know how to play with syntaxes and code, you are getting there. Some of you know HTML. Okay, Jamie said not that too much. Okay, Gola, Java and Python. Yeah, good. So I know my audience. Jamie, C#, good. Yeah, okay. If you don't know anything about programming, you are not at any disadvantage. Like I said to you, you are going to learn. Christiana, yes, HTML and CSS. In a way, yes, you are close to programming, even though they are not programming language on their own. HTML is a markup language, while CSS is styling, but the same ideology is behind them. You are writing some code for the browser to do something, same as programming language. Programming language is a set of instructions that you give to a computer to do something. It's a computer, open this application for me, create this application for me, make this color like that, make it open, let it have a login, let it have a username, let it accept a capital letter or small letter. That's programming language. Instruction given to a computer. Put it in that simple layman language. You don't need to cram any sophisticated definition. So, anybody who is joining the class late, don't worry. You are going to get this video tonight. When I finish the class, I'm going to upload it to WJ. I don't send it myself, but I will upload it on the platform, and you will get it tonight. So, and it's very important that you watch it, and install your software. All right, I need to move on a bit faster because I want us to get to the objective 1, 2, and then 40% of objective 3 that I show you from the beginning. If you are just joining, don't ask too many questions. You haven't lost anything. It's all in the video. So where am I? Can be controlled by many programming language. Yes, Java, C#, Python, and Selenium also supports many testing framework. Selenium, you will learn about framework. I'll explain that to you probably in the third lesson. Fourth lesson. Actually, fourth. JUnit, TestNG, NUnit. Selenium support them. Selenium is open source, which means it's free. It's platform independent. If you are using Mac, you can use it. If you are using Linux, you can use it. If you are using Unix, whatever you are using, mostly Selenium supports it. That's why we are learning it. It's one of the best tools out there. And Selenium has types as well. Jamie, Marvin is just is a package builder. It's an IDE. It's not a programming language on its own, but we will get to that as well. Maven. We'll get there anyway, Jamie. So, guys, there is 2 major types of Selenium: the WebDriver and the IDE. There are others too, but this is the 2 major ones. So, what is the WebDriver? WebDriver is a collection of language specifically binding to drive a browser. So basically, I'm saying that we are learning it because we want to stimulate a real user action. So the WebDriver is the one that we will use, we will learn mostly. It's the only one that we are actually learning. No, Jamie, I wish we can't. We don't currently in this. Well, I've discussed with Steve, but at the moment we don't offer SOAP API because those applications, they are not free. For us to teach you SOAP UI, we need to buy the license. We need to get it for everybody. I need to get it too. Which, if we ask you guys to pay $5,000 for this training, nobody will be here. But trust me, Jamie, once you get this background information, this idea of the whole thing about automation from Selenium, it is very easy for you to transfer your skill to learning SOAP. You can learn SOAP in one day by watching some of the videos that I am personally going to be recommending to you guys on the last day of the lecture, whenever it is. Because again, I must warn you, if I don't finish all my topics on the timetable, It doesn't mean that it's the end though. If I don't finish all my topics, we have to agree, all of us, and create maybe 1 day or 2 days. I don't mind. I don't want to have knowledge. I don't want you to see me tomorrow. Nobody so far out of my students, have seen me and they're not happy. In fact, I'm the one that is not even worried of calls all the time because, as you can imagine, I'm very, very busy. I need 24 hours to be extended to 48. So, even in December, one of my students, Michael, has gotten a job of 50 grand. He's a lucky guy. I call him lucky bastard. Mind my language, but he's just too lucky, man. And another girl got a job of 40,000. Another guy, Johan, got a job of 40,000. All from December batch. Some of them I don't know because I don't follow up too much. So it's possible. Why is it possible? I said I'm going to tell you why you have to believe. Me, Shegun, I was a student like you in 2015. I learned manual testing with Steve, December 2015. I did my ICQ in January 2015. I didn't learn automation from Steve. It was self-learning. Self-learning. And what is my background? My background is that as you can probably understand from my name and my accent, I am from Nigeria. And I didn't come to this country until I was 28. And in Nigeria, I went to College of Education to study primary education and social studies. Yes. And then I went to LASU, Lagos State University, to study political science. And I came to this country to study law, which I didn't complete for reasons that I will not go into. So it was when I crashed and I was looking for a way out that somebody in my church introduced me to this course and said, you know what, they do some software thing and it looks so promising, maybe it will be good for you. And I came. And I like it because naturally, I'm very, very inquisitive. I like to know what is behind the box. I remember when I was a kid and I went to party with my mom and the speaker was so loud and I was, Mom, who is inside the speaker? Who is inside the speaker that is making so much noise? How many people are inside? I'm this kind of kid. I will break the radio. I want to see what is inside. I will any piece of technology that I see, I want to know how it's working. How can this thing work? So that is the only thing that helps me. I like to know, how can somebody build this code? Who are they? Are they from heaven? If they can do it, I can do it. But I'm telling you this because don't think that you have to be very good in mathematics or in science to do this thing. This is logical. It's logical expression. It doesn't require genius. You're not building Selenium. Selenium has been built already. You're just using it. You're not creating Java. Java has been created even before some of us are probably born. You are just using it. So what is difficult? The car you are driving, are you the one that built the car? You're not the one that built the car, but you are able to drive that car. The same way, you are going to be able to use Selenium. Some of us are genius naturally. When you are learning your driving, it took only 2 classes or 5 classes, I don't know, and you start to drive. And then some of us will take 30 lessons. Like me, I took 8 lessons, for example, and I didn't do automatic, and I didn't fail. I did it once, and everybody was like, woof. But then, some people are better than me. So, our pace are different. The fact that you will not get a job in 2 months doesn't mean that you'll not be able to do it. The logic is simple. Put your attention into this class. Believe that you can do it. Once the classes are done, go back over all the videos. This is Michael's logic. I'm going to invite Michael on the last day to encourage you guys. Michael will call me in the middle of the night, 12 o'clock. When I say, oh my God, I'm in trouble. Why did I give this guy my number? Why? I even wanted to change my number at one point because I couldn't cope. I have my own job too. I have my own family too. I have my own life. But what am I saying is that his passion helped him. He watched the video over again. He writes things down and he practices it. And I didn't do it for my previous student. I started recommending personal videos since December that you can buy online, that you can watch on YouTube, and then you'll be surprised. But if you just go to YouTube and start watching those videos, they will not make any meaning to you. You need this foundation first. And then from this foundation, you'll be able to build more knowledge. In fact, probably more than me, because me, I don't have time to learn more. I've been trapped in this my own goings. But you guys, we have time to learn something that I'm not even using at the moment. So believe. So where I was before is that a WebDriver is what we are going to be using. It is the aspect of Selenium that allow you to interact with the web browser. The IDE also work on the web browser, but it's an add-on. It's like a button. Let me show you what I mean by add-on. Let me show. If you can see my browser here, you will see some button here. Like for example, this is it, Selenium IDE. It's a button. It's like an additional add-on that can just do a limited functionality. So basically, you can only play and record. You cannot write code with IDE. So IDE is more better for exploratory testing, something that you don't understand. You don't know how to even test it. So you can just click on record and begin to make it work. So, but we'll be focusing on. I will show you the IDE because you might need it when you are testing something that you don't understand, and I will show you how to deal with them. And you will get the videos too, because I've made some demos so that you know where we are going. So this is the demo of the WebDriver. I want you to watch it to give you an idea of what we can achieve. Let me see something. From your manual classes that you have been attending, I'm sure you have created some test cases. Okay, you play around with IDE. Good, Bola. I love that. So for example, I know that you've been creating test cases, test scripts in your manual class. So let's say that we were asked to just test the login for Yahoo, for example. You know that we will say this is the requirement, this is the description, these are the steps. Normally, what you will do, you will manually open the browser yourself. You will visit this page. You will input the username and password. But in automation, you can just write the codes, and the tools will help you to test it. And exactly that's where we are going. We are moving from manual effort to automation efforts. Now, let me play the video I've made to let you see what you can achieve. So guys, can you see the screen? Let me know if you can see the screen. I don't want you to miss out on it because it took me effort. Okay, good. Right, I'm playing it now. So listen and enjoy. Let me know if you can hear the sound as well. Hello everyone. I'm making this video to demonstrate how the Selenium WebDriver application works. In the manual scenario, for example, if we are going to test the Yahoo login application, we have to iterate through this test action one after the other manually. But in the automation test, I have scripted the same steps into my Selenium framework. I have asked the driver to create a Chrome browser specifically, which means that whenever the application is running, I'm going to be able to run my test using the Chrome. I can do the same with Mozilla, Firefox, Microsoft Edge, Internet Explorer, and so many more. And I've asked that driver, the Chrome driver, to go to the URL once it launches, which is the login page for the Yahoo mail application. And when he gets there, the window, the Selenium will be able to impute my username and password. And as a checkpoint, I've asked the Selenium WebDriver to grab the name of the user and print out to the console. And upon that, the application should sign out and close the browser. So I'm going to run this application very quickly to show you the power that the Selenium WebDriver possesses. So it's going to be very quick. As you can see, the browser is now launched automatically and the username is gone there, the password. It is very quick. And now it's going to go into my mail environment. It's going to grab that name there, Selenium, and there you go, it's closed. As you can see in the console, I'm not sure if you can see this in the console. There is Selenium username. It's been printed in the console to show that the application was logged in successfully. In this course, we are going to learn step by step how to script our test cases, how to launch them, how to troubleshoot if there's any problem. And I'm very optimistic that most of you will become not cowboy but professional Selenium automation tester. Stay with me. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you very much for the moment. I'll see you again soon. So guys, I believe that we all saw that video. So I was even trying to explain to run the commentary, but I couldn't catch up. You can see how fast the code, ran. It logged in. In a busy, I don't understand what you're saying. You mean what time did I start the training today? We started at 8:10, if that's what you mean. And okay, and you don't have to worry. If you're not in the class from the beginning, you are going to get the video midnight today from WJ, and you can watch it. You have missed nothing. Trust me. Okay. 9 p.m. I don't know where you got that from. I'm not doubting you, but this is the timetable. Let me see if it says 9 p.m. This is the timetable I've gotten. And it says 8 p.m. every day. 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Okay. Sorry if you got, so the timetable said 9 p.m. Well, that's an error. As you can see from the screen. That is an error. Absolutely error. Okay. Absolute error, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know where that is coming from. I will speak with WJ, but please bear in mind, the Selenium class starts from 8 o'clock. If for any reason I'm going to change it, we have to agree. I cannot just change it because I'm teaching you. I can tell you my reason for trying to change it, which I've never done anyway. But if anything happens, we don't know. We have to agree when we're going to start. So as you can see from the timetable, this is not my timetable. I didn't make it. I just even downloaded it today. I've got the email for like 3 weeks now. But today is the first time I downloaded it into this folder. So I'm sorry if you get the wrong information, which is not my fault. But however, on behalf of the organizers, I say sorry. And you will miss nothing, trust me. Watch the video tonight and you'll be fine. We're just doing introduction and the background information. So guys, are you excited with the video that you just finished watching? Did you make any sense of it? Do you think it's exciting? Do you think it's something that we can do? Okay, that's interesting. Good. Wonderful. Thank you guys. So like I said, there was 2 demos I made. There's a WebDriver demo and there's also the IDE, because the IDE is not very efficient, but when you are trying to explore an application, IDE can be very useful. I'm going to play that quickly as well. Let me know if you have any problem with sound. Okay. Hello everyone. I'm going to show you very quickly how the Selenium IDE works. Selenium IDE is a Chrome and Firefox extension that will allow us to record and play back our actions on a web browser. So that means that if we click on the record button in the Selenium IDE and we begin to interact with our website, every action that we take is going to be recorded and we can play those back, to repeat those tests. This is what the IDE looks like. As you can see, this icon on top of my browser here is the Selenium IDE extension. So from this Selenium website, www.seleniumhq.org, we click on the download section and we scroll down a little bit to the IDE section. As you can see, we have the version for Chrome and the Firefox. So I'm using the Chrome now, so I'm going to use the Chrome extension. If you need to use the Firefox, you need to do that from the Firefox browser itself. So when I click on the Chrome, it's going to redirect me to the Google Chrome web store where I can add the IDE for free, but as you can see, the IDE is already added to my own Google Chrome. So you have to do yours if you want to use it. So I'm going to close this now to show you how IDE itself actually works. So I'm going to use this Yahoo login application to demonstrate how the IDE works to you guys. What I'm going to do before then is to click on this Selenium IDE, and it's going to open up the IDE. All we have to do is to click on start recording, so that I can capture every action that we take from this moment. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to click on the login, the mail link here right now. So when I click on that, it's going to take me to this enter username section. So I'm going to enter the username, which is training. I'm going to just select it from the list, and I'm going to click on next. So when I do that, I'm going to type in my password. And then when I do so, as you can see, I've been able to log in successfully. I'm going to stop the IDE now from recording. And the reason being that if we don't stop it from recording, it's going to continue to record every action that we'll continue to take from now on. And we don't want to do that. So I just signed out from the email so that I know that we have signed out and the IDE can sign in later. So what I'm going to do next is that I'm going to open up the IDE, as you can see here, like so. But before I run the test again, I'm going to explain to you what happened when we recorded our last action. The IDE is a very clever tool, and it's been able to record all our steps in 6 steps. So what it says on number 1 is that, okay, you didn't type the URL in my own presence, but it's been open already. So this URL here has been open. As you can see, there's no target and there's no value. And again, we clicked at the second one. We clicked on the mail link. Remember when I was on the page, I clicked on the mail link. You grab that. It said it's a click at action, and then the value is at where this is the location where the link is onto the page. So the next thing that we did, we type a type action. We interacted with this interface element. The ID is login username, and we put this email address inside the input box. We also click on the next button. We type in our password. You grab the password, grab the UI ID, and then we click on sign in, and we log in. So what we're going to do is to run this test and see if the IDE can repeat itself all over. So I click on run, and then we just have to wait and see what's going to happen. And you might not see it, but it's running at the background. If I click on the browser, maybe we can see. So you can see it's already automating everything by itself. And what happened is that if we go back to the IDE now, you can see, guys, what I'm seeing here is that it has opened that address. It has clicked on those elements that we've done before, and it has completed the action successfully. So the IDE is a powerful tool, unless that it's not very productive. If you have to record a lot of tests, try to imagine if you have 1,000 test cases and you have to do this 1,000 times. It's not as powerful as the WebDriver. This is much better for exploratory testing. If you are testing an app that you know nothing about, you can use this because it can help you when you are interacting. It record it for you, and you can review all the recording back. Optionally, once your test is successful, we can change values here. You can put comments, and there's a reference here. You can click on the reference. It will explain to you. So for example, what you've done, the click action and the locator will explain all the arguments for you. And once you finish with every modification, you can save this file as let's say Yahoo login application. So that's how the IDE works. It's a powerful tool. We will not be looking into the IDE in any of the classes, and because that's not our target is to learn the WebDriver. So we see in class, and I will explain to you more All right, guys. So that's all you need to know about the IDE. If you understand what we just watched, let me know. Does it look exciting to you? Yes, as I can imagine. So it is. So now that we've understand the difference between the WebDriver and the IDE, and we've been able to watch the demos, now we are going to business. We are going to learn our Java, the part one of it. As I've said to you that in the past, I used to teach both Java, all the Java concepts in one day. And I've noticed that students they struggle to understand, they struggle to cope with it. So because of that, I've made the basic concept of Java, for a 2-day class. So from what we've learned so far, from our objective, we've understand the concept of software testing automation. If you agree with me, say yes. And also, we have been introduced to Selenium, and now we understand the difference between Selenium IDE and Selenium WebDriver. Thank you, guys. Yes. So now we are beginning to go to the next class, which is understanding. Okay, that's fine, sir. Yeah. Okay. So understanding the Selenium Java as a software tester. Like I said, there's a difference between a developer, and I have explained the difference between to you. We all write codes, but for different purposes. So you're going to be writing code. By the end of the class, after the 6 days, nobody's going to be a cowboy in this class, as I've told you guys. So what do we need to understand in Java as a tester? We need to understand what is a class. We need to understand objects. We need to understand what is called method, data types, arrays, variable, constructor, decision making, loops, inheritance, polymorphism. I'm not going to teach you in this order. The reason being that if I explain what a class is to you guys now in isolation, you cannot understand it. So as we go on, I will be teaching you the relevant concept in practically, how you can understand it. When we get to the stage where we need to understand the class, we understand the class. When we get to the stage where we can understand objects with example, we understand that as well. So, but before we can do all these things, there's something that we need. We need our tools. Like we said, that automation testing is the use of tools to help our testing. So, what do we need? We need Java Development Kit. Remember that we are learning this Selenium with Java. It is possible to learn this Selenium with C#, with Python, with JavaScript, but we have chosen Java because Java is a very, very, very popular programming language, which is very, very platform independent and which is widely used in the industry. After Java, the next one is C#. I mean, after this class, if you can go on and learn C#, that would be awesome. If you can't, if you know only Java, you will get a job. I can promise you that, like 90%. Not just because you know Java, but because you put in all the other effort as well. But I'm just saying that learning Java gives you an advantage. If you have the opportunity, say you are less busy or you are very, very smart, you can also learn C#, after this class. You'll find it easy because you understand the basic concept already. So, we need 3 tools basically. We need the Java part of it. We need Eclipse. Eclipse is an IDE. It is like the ground where you develop your codes. You can't just open Microsoft Word and begin to write your code inside Microsoft Word. You need a platform. You need a place where you can write your code. Yes, Sahid. Yes, you are using Mac. Yes, you can download JDK. Yes, and you can download Eclipse. Yes, you have to do that as well. So if you are struggling with the Mac version of it, let me know, and I will put you through. Okay. And so what happened? Recently, before, I've asked my students to go to this. Let me open this guy here. to go to this URL, or you can simply, guys, pay attention at this stage. It's very, very important, because why is that a lot of people come back to me and say that, you know, I've tried to download this, I can't, please can you do it for me? To be honest, I'm not really happy about that, because when you go to work, I'm not going to be there, trust me. And I'm providing, yes, Solomon just said I need help with their software. Now, Solomon, pay attention, and everything that you need to know about the software installation, you will find out now as I'm teaching you. And I'm going to, when they send the video, I'm going to make a note of exactly where you need to watch for the installation of the software. It's very easy. This is like the first step that you need, that will give you confidence to becoming an automation tester. So guys, so you can go to this link that you're going to receive along with your video, and then try to download, you know, Java JDK. You can see that Oracle JDK, it says Oracle JDK, but recently, especially the December batch, this is SC12, this is 11 version, this is 8 version. In December batch, what happened is that the Selenium has been updated to a latest version, and also the Java latest version and the Selenium latest version, they are not working together. If you install the latest version of both application, both software, you will receive a lot of errors. We battled with it for 2 hours. Like I said to you, it's an open source application, so it's free. There's nobody that you can contact for support. But what I did from my own end is that I went to download the earlier version of Java, and it worked with the latest one. So when you are trying to download the Java, guys, listen to me carefully. Try to download Java 8. You can type into your browser and say Java JDK 8, which is this one here. Java SC Development Kit 8 download. And then, once you're on this page, you have to accept the license. And based on your own computer, if you are using Mac, like Sahid for example, download the Mac 64. If you are using Windows, download the Windows version that you have. If you are using Windows 64, download your Windows 64. If you are using Windows 32, which is 86. If you are using Solaris, if you are using Linux, whatever you are using, download the appropriate version for yourself. And once you download it, it will go into your download box. I don't know wherever you. So like this one, I don't need to download it. I'm just showing you when I click on the button, because if I don't show you, some of you will struggle with that. But once you click on the download, it will download, and then you can go to your download folder and find it. And then once you download, once it's finished downloading, all you need to do is to is to install it. Click on it, and then it will begin to install. No, you cannot download this on your phone, unfortunately. These applications, the Java development kit itself, not Java application, Java development kit cannot be downloaded on the phone. At the moment, I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but right now, no, it won't work on the phone. Yeah, it will work on Intel, any laptop, any desktop, it will work on them. So once you download the Java application, install it and go through with it. So, and then the next thing you have to download is the IDE, where you are going to be building your code. So remember, this Java is only for the language, for the programming language. But the platform where you can see physically to build your code is the Eclipse. There are so many of it, don't get me wrong. There are so many IDEs. You can Google that, IDEs. You will find a lot in the market. But we found, like for example, this is IntelliJ, is another IDE. But we found it it's easy to use Eclipse. Yes, Jamie has both. Jamie, good. Whenever I'm tired, Jamie and Ibrahim, both of you, I'm going to just pass the microphone to you guys, and you are going to help me to carry on with the lecture. Okay, please. Because these guys are already advanced, trust me. So guys, in your class, if you have any problem, contact Ibrahim, contact Jamie, okay? They are advanced, I can tell you that. So let's use Eclipse for the purpose of our class, because Eclipse is also like Selenium, is free, and is widely supported and is widely used. And it supports Java a lot. In fact, most of Java functionalities is inbuilt into Eclipse. So how do you download that? For the Eclipse, don't worry, you can download the latest version. You can go to your browser, if it's Google or Mozilla, whatever you use, and type in Eclipse, or simply copy this link that you're going to get from this package, or use the link that I have here. The easiest one now is even the Eclipse installer. Okay, this installer here, right, guys? I will find a way to send it to you in details, or I can just send it to the entire audience now. This is the link to the Eclipse. All of you have received it. If you can write it down, and then when you are on this page, click on whatever is applicable to you. If you are running Mac, click on the Mac one. If you are running Windows, click on the Windows one. If you are running Linux, click on the Linux one. Once you click on the download, it will download. You can find out that is in the folder. All you have to do is to extract it, you know. And then once you extract it, so my one is not even in the folder. You see, it's already extracted. Just begin to click, and it will prompt for the Eclipse. Listen to me, guys. For the Eclipse, it will ask you, because there's a lot of version of Eclipse. It will ask you what Eclipse you want. But the Eclipse that you want is for Java developers. Okay. Don't choose the tester. It will limit you. Okay. Yeah, Luna is a brand basically, but once you click on the install, it will prompt you and say, what do you want? Java for Eclipse for developers, for Java developers, Eclipse for Python, Eclipse for C#. Ensure that you say Eclipse for Java developers. Here I even omitted this, but okay, guys. I've sent you the link for Java 8U201. Okay, I will send you the link for the Java as well, just the way I used it now. I think it's easier that way. So take the first one, take the first Java 8U201. These other ones have some sample that you don't need. It will give you a headache because that will be too much for you. Not too much for you, but you don't need it at all. So that's the link for the Java download. And then the third thing that you need, you might not need it tonight or even tomorrow, but it's worth it for you to download that once, is the Selenium itself. So the Selenium itself, I think I will explain that more when we are starting our Selenium web browser, which is on third lecture, which is on today's Tuesday, which is on Thursday. So however, if you can, go ahead to save time. Yes, thank you, Jamie. Like I said, anybody, if you have Jamie's number, call Jamie. If you have any problem with your software, Jamie already know what I'm going to say next. So, go to this download page, which I've just sent to you guys on the link as well. The first thing you need to download is the Selenium standalone server. Jamie, everybody's asking for your number. You might have to send that to me, and I'll send it to everybody, if you don't mind, obviously. So, first thing you download, guys, even if you miss it, just watch the video. Is this guy here called? Okay, Jamie doesn't mind, guys. Jamie is a good man. He has given out his number. I like that. Trust me. Because with Jamie, you are going to end up being a genius. You know why? Because the more you teach people, the more you retain. A candle loses nothing by lighting another candle. Sort of who smoke. If you are smoking and somebody say, please help me to light my cigarette, what do you lose? You lose nothing. So when you have knowledge, it's good to share, and I like that, Jamie. I really like that. So that's Jamie's number for all of you. I put it there twice. Me too. I'm gonna keep Jamie's number. See, if I need something, if I ever get lost, I will call Jamie. Okay, guys. So far, I hope we are learning something. I hope you are with me. Jamie, nobody can monopolize knowledge. Knowledge is available for everybody. Okay, I'm not going to get lost by the grace of God, but I like that spirit. If I need to pass something, so guys, I need to check at this point before we go ahead. Are we in this class? Are we learning? Is there any problem so far? Any question? Anything I need to add? Anything you need clarity for? That's what I like. I want us to be on the same page. Okay, Ibrahim, good. I want to hear from the rest of you. Who is confused at this stage? I need to know that person. Because I also pray for people as well. I don't just teach. I'm a pastor. Solomon. Okay. That's my first person I'm going to pray for. Solomon. And then Collins. The reason why I'm writing your name down is because I don't have time today. Anytime I'm teaching, because I will go to work tomorrow morning. I'll wake up 6:30 tomorrow morning. 8 o'clock, I'm there already. But after the entire class, I provide a platform where you can contact me. And I can spend about 1 hour with you personally, everybody, to deal with whatever problem it is, as much as I can. So that's why I always ask for this feedback. Everybody is different. Everybody learn differently. You cannot judge a fish on how to run on the ground. But if you try to judge a fish on how to swim, the fish will probably win. And if you want to judge a snake, virtual machine, yes, of course. Virtual machine is just it's like cloning your computer or working in a virtual environment. So you can use it as well. Yeah. So anyway, so those of you who have difficulty, don't be shy. Give me a message and I will try my best. But I believe that if you watch this video again after this class, you will understand that this night what we've done is daycare stuff. Absolutely daycare stuff. What we are going to be doing in the next 30 minutes is going to be a little bit advanced. So that's why I paused here. Not advanced, even, trust me, but it's going to be different from what most of you have known. Not Jamie, not Ibrahim. But it will be a bit different. It will be like we are learning Spanish or Chinese. But anyway, so that's why I'm checking. Yes, Jamie, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with you. Because I told you that I didn't learn from Steve, my automation. So I learned it from somewhere. Anyway, guys, so we're on the Selenium download. So on Selenium's download, we need to download. So Solomon and Collins, I want you to go out and watch the video again, but your name is with me, both of you. I'm going to find a way to provide support as much as possible. You download the standalone server, click on this one, and download it. Also, based on whatever you want to use, if you want to use what's it called? Mozilla, Google Chrome, Opera, whatever you need to download. Yes. Blessing. Please. The reason why I'm explaining this thing to you is that so that you can download and install them. I want you to install all these things tonight or tomorrow before the lecture, if possible. So if you download the standalone server, it's going to ask you, you see, this type of file can harm your computer. Don't worry. It doesn't harm your computer. Just say keep and it will be there. So download the browser that you want. If you want just Chrome, just download Chrome alone. So some of them behave differently. If you, for example, if you click on the Chrome, it will take you to another page, you know, and you will say download the latest. Try to download the latest one, but read this information. It says if you are using Chrome 74 version, download this one. If you are using Chrome 73, download this one. If you are using Chrome 72, download this very one. But if you are not sure, yes, thank you, Jamie. If you are not sure of what you are using, download the oldest one, which is like the 72 one, before the latest ones. Download this very one here, okay? And it will work for even if you are using 74 or 73. So because this thing, yes, Josephine, I just explained. If you're not sure which version of Chrome you're using, just download the oldest one. But I think for you to download, to know the version you're using, you have to go to your, hold on, to your settings. And then on the settings, this is mine. On the settings, you go to which you don't actually need it, to be honest, but if you want to do that, then from here you go to about Chrome here, about Chrome, and then about Chrome will tell you, see, I'm using version 72, for example, in my own case. So as I'm using 72, if I try to download the one for 73 or 74, it's not going to work. So like I said, if you are not sure which one you're using, just use the oldest one, and that will be fine. Okay? Okay, guys? But that is Chrome for you. The other ones you can download as well is Opera, Microsoft Edge, whatever you want to use. Safari, if you are using Mac, download the Safari driver, Mozilla Gecko. So, and then we'll continue from there tomorrow. So the important one that you have to install today or before the next lecture is the Java development kit and the Eclipse. Okay, please. So in my own case, I have these applications already. So, and then we are going to go into the next 30 minutes because we're going to finish on time for the first day. I've learned it. The first time I teach this class, I taught it for 3 hours, but nobody knew anything because it's too long. So at 10 o'clock, I will leave you. Whatever we learn until 10 o'clock, that is what we learn. We'll conclude the Java tomorrow. So because me, I had this application already, and let me show you what the Eclipse look like. This is Eclipse. Let me close it and start it back. Once you install your Eclipse, I've kept my own. Normally, it will keep a copy on your desktop. In most cases, it will keep a copy here. So just click on that icon, and it will run. But I don't like to keep anything on my desktop. So click on the Eclipse, wherever it is, and then it will open like this. And it's going to ask you for your workspace. It will bring out the default workspace anyway. Just click, all you have to click is launch. So if it's the first time, it's going to be different, but this is my one for training purposes. And these are the other batches that I've created. Now your home will be empty. You'll probably see a welcome page, which you just have to close it, and then I'm coming back to that in a minute. But that's how you look like, the Eclipse. The Java will not open itself physically. It's already integrated into the Eclipse. It's going to be running at the background. So, but before we begin to write codes, what is Java? Java, I've already explained it before, is a programming language that has its own particular syntax and style. What does it do? It allows programmers, including testers, to write computer instructions. So if you want window, if you want the code to open a browser, you write a syntax that says open the browser. I don't mean you write open the browser. I'm just saying that you can use Java to command your computer to do certain things. It's a programming language. Java is object-oriented. It's simple. The concept of object orientation, I will explain that to you probably tomorrow, because today we have 30 minutes. But it's simple to learn, trust me. I've seen worse. And it's platform independent. What does that mean? You don't have to use Windows to use Java or use Mac. Whatever you are using, Java is supporting it. In fact, every day, 30 billion devices run on Java application. 30, not million, 30 billion. And that's a fact. Java is dynamic, it's portable, it's high performance, it's robust, and it's secure. And that's why we are using Java. We are trying to introduce C# too. Obviously, I have to agree with Steve if we are going to be teaching C#, because personally I've studied it. In the market, C# is becoming very dominant for the past 6 months. You will see in most job advertisements, they will say you must be able to use Java or C#. But I think they are beginning to prefer C#. However, Java is still the most preferable among the programming languages. And I know that at this point, some people are confused, like, what is Selenium, what is Java, and I have one simple sketch that I made during one of my lectures. Somebody just asked me, somebody say, why do we have to learn Selenium and learn Java? And then I was like, hold on a second, how can I explain this to you? And then I came up with something which I kept since then. I think it's about 6 months ago. Selenium itself, this is Selenium here. Selenium is a software. This is an error here. Just ignore it. It's a software testing tool for web application. I've explained that tonight. But Selenium is not visible. Like, you see, we downloaded Selenium, we downloaded Java, we downloaded Eclipse. But for you to write your code, you are writing it inside Eclipse. Selenium will help you to test your application, but you cannot just, it's not something that you can pick like a spoon and use it to eat food. It's invisible, it's in background. And my analogy for Selenium, or the best example I can give for your understanding, is that Selenium is like a SIM card. Don't go and divine that to your employer. Selenium is not a SIM card. But I'm using it as a scenario to explain to you that, try to imagine that Selenium is a SIM card. Yeah? If Selenium is a SIM card, and if you buy your SIM card, can you just put your SIM card in your pocket and start to receive call? If you put your SIM card in your pocket and start to receive call, that means exactly. Thank you guys. That means you are using witch and wizard SIM card. You have to put your SIM card in a phone or a tablet or whatever device you can work with. So Selenium is like a SIM card, as an example. But it will rely. What does it rely? In this case, the SIM card of Selenium does not rely on the phone. It relies on a programming language. It relies on a programming language to work. For you to be able to use Selenium, you have to use a programming language to operate it. In which case, we chose Java. We could have chosen C#. We could have chosen Python. We could have chosen C++. If you want to know how many languages Selenium supports, just go to Selenium page and go to the download. You will see there, you see Java, C#, Ruby, Python, JavaScript, C# again. If you go down and down, you will see everything. You see, there is Objective-C, Haskell, JavaScript, R, even some that I don't even know what they use it for. But we prefer, just like your SIM card. Your SIM card can work on Samsung. It can work on Alcatel. It can work on Nokia. It can work on iPhone. It is now up to you as your taste and what you're trying to achieve. For example, people say that iPhone is classy, but me, I see it as a monopoly. I don't use it because I like creativity. I like platform independence. I don't like people to restrict me to their own rules. That's why I don't use it. Not because I can't buy it, God forbid. But I've used it once. I don't like the fact that I have to abide by all your rules and I can't do my own things. But Android allows you to do it. So my point being that The programming language you are going to use depends on you. But for our purposes, Java is good because with Java you can get a job easily. Back to the image. So Selenium rely on a programming language. That's why we are learning Java. Otherwise, we will not need to learn Java at all. But because Selenium is a SIM card, you need a phone, you need a programming language. Selenium can. This is another thing entirely. This three at the bottom. I will explain that. I'll come back to this image when we get to the framework bit. But for now, I don't want to explain things that are ahead of you that will confuse you more. For now, bear in mind that the reason why we are learning Java is because Selenium cannot work in isolation. You need one language to work. And I will close this one for tonight. I will close it because we don't need it anymore. Right. So we have defined Java. Java is a programming language that has its own particular style. Its style is different. It's not the same as C#. They are similar. If you learn one language, it's easy to learn another one. But you cannot confuse them for each other. Eclipse is the IDE. Selenium is the tools. It's a software testing tool. Eclipse is an IDE. Okay. And now that we have our Eclipse, let's write our first code. Everybody is familiar. Not everybody, but anybody that has done programming, we are familiar with this kind of So what can we do? This is our IDE, and we want to write our first code in Java. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create another package. So I'm going to go to the file option here. I'm going to say new, and I'm going to click on new Java project. Okay, guys, pay attention. New Java project. And I'm going to name this one. I will use my format to say Selenium training March 2019. So you don't need to click anything else. For me, I'm using Java 10, but when you do your own, you are going to be having Java on this laptop that I'm using right now. I have Java 10 there, but my desktop at home is different. It depends where I'm teaching you anyway. But once you create your project, you don't need to click anything else. Just click on the finish. There are many things you can do, but for this purpose of our learning, this is sufficient. So we click on finish, and here you go. We have a new project here. And then inside the project, you'll find two things. You'll find the Java library. Already, because of the support that Eclipse provides for Java, it will import the library automatically. You don't have to worry about it. But you will find this folder. It's called SRC, but the full meaning is source. It's a source folder. Okay? And then inside this, click on this source folder, and then right click on it, and then click new. And then inside the folder, you create a package. What is a package? I'll explain to you in a minute. So click on package, and then let's call this package, let's just call it Java. Okay? It won't allow us to say Java because Java is a keyword. Let's just call this package Java training. Java training is better. If you put Java, you can force your way, but it doesn't like it. Put Java training. You can call it anything you like. You can call it my learning, my lesson, whatever name you think is good for you. And then we click finish. Now, inside this package itself, we will now create our first class. But I won't explain what the class is to you now. I don't want to confuse you at all. I've tried that approach before. It doesn't work. So I'll click on class, and I'll call this very one, I'll call it Hello Tester. Note this difference. When I was creating the package, I started with a small letter, Java training. If I put low here, small letter, it won't accept it. It said this name is discouraged. By convention, Java type name usually start with the uppercase. So if you are starting a class, if you are creating a class in Java, always use a capital letter to start. So I'll call this one hello testers. Normally, when you are learning it, they say hello world, but I'm not dealing with the word now. I'm dealing with testers. And then, for the purpose of this class, click on this method. Inherit this method called public static void main method. Just click it. I will explain what it means as we go along. And click on finish. Guys, it's getting to the boring part. I know that the way we began is not the way we are now. And that's why I started in that way. If I started from the beginning, from the coding part of it, probably some of you, a lot of people would have gone by now. But trust me, you are going to be fine. You are going to be what? You are going to be very fine. So, what does these things mean? I will explain them to you. But what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to say system dot out. When you are, that's the good thing about Eclipse. Eclipse helps you. I just press when I type the O, it's already suggesting to me what I want to do. Do I want to get property? Do I want to do? But anyway, I just need the out bit, and then dot print line. The first one here, that's what I need, print line. And then I'll put a double quotation mark, and I'll say hello testers. Welcome to the class. Just put that for demo. That's not correct. Okay, welcome to the class. Right. We just written a code. As you can see, it's a code, isn't it? This is not pure English. It's the code, even though it's a very simple one. And for us to run it, for the first time, you can just click on run as. Run as. Don't click on server because we're not using the server. Java application, okay? This is an application. Click on it and note the difference. So here on the console, what I've typed here, hello testers, welcome to the class. You can see at the bottom here, hello testers, welcome to the class. This is what we call console. So you are developing something here and it's appearing at the bottom. So if I change it now and I say, for example, hello Jamie, and if I run it again by clicking this run button, you will see it there at the bottom, hello Jamie, welcome to the class. If I make a mistake, if I remove one of these quotation mark, for example, and I run it, it's already telling me that I have an error. If I say, okay, I want to force my way, you're going to have a lot of reds, you see, in the bottom here. It's telling you that there's an error. You made a mistake. That is what we meant by Java is a programming language that has a particular syntax and style. You have to abide by its own style and its syntax, otherwise you are not running it. So if I go back there now and I put a double quotation mark at the bottom, at the back of it, and I run it, that error will disappear. So whenever you see error, think about it. It means that there is something that you're not doing correctly. There's something that you are doing wrong. That is why you are seeing error. If you can read the error line, you can always troubleshoot it. But before we go ahead, this code that is here for Jamie, for Ibrahim, I think it's fine. But for many of us, maybe it's not fine. Not because we are not brilliant. Everybody is a master. Like I said to you, you cannot judge a fish on how to run on the ground or how to play football. But you can judge a fish on how to swim. Everybody is a master. Some of us are managers in our career, whatever we are doing at the moment. It doesn't mean that we are stupid. But if you are new, if you know, you know, basically. If you don't know, you don't know. So let me explain these things here. And I have a diagram as well in my PowerPoint to explain what this guy mean. We created a package. A package is just like a folder. A package is a namespace that organizes set of related classes and interfaces. So it basically is like a folder. Try to imagine a folder on your computer where you keep documents, CVs, certificates, bills. So on your ID as well, you can have like I have this package now. I have Java training. And in 2 days time, if we go to Selenium training, I'm going to click on another package and create Selenium training. So basically, I'm just trying to keep likes and likes. It's a way to organize your project so that you don't begin to find your code endlessly. So that's what a package means. It's nothing special. And then that code that we just developed, what do they mean? So when you see, looking at our code carefully, we see a package Java training. So this is the name of the folder. So basically, it means nothing. It's just a name that says where we created our code. And then this public class, the keyword public is telling you, is a modifier that tells you whether this code is available to the public. When we say public, it doesn't mean that anybody that is in this world will see it. But anybody that knows about coding can easily open it and access whatever you've written inside. There's another keyword called private. That is more secured. It's just telling you either this code is secured or not secured. And then this class is telling you that this entire package here, this code is a class on its own. And then this Java training is the name of the class. If you are looking for this class, this hello testers is the name of the class. If you are looking for this class, the only way you find it is through his name, hello testers. And this curly braces here is telling you that everything that is inside this curly braces, this very one, and this last one, is the class member. I know maybe that's a bit to take in, but just take my words for them as they are. And then this public static void main is a method. And I told you already that what we are going to be learning the concept of class, object, method. And I said I won't teach you the way they are here. I will be teaching you as we come across them one by one. So I will explain to you tomorrow, most likely, what a method is. Why do we need a method? And what does the method does? So this string is a data type. This main that you see here, okay, this public, I've explained that already. It's telling you whether the code is secured or private. And then this static means that anything written inside this method is static. It will not change. It will not change. You cannot modify it easily. I mean, you can go here and modify it, but when you are doing calculations or you're trying to interact with the method, the value inside will not change. You cannot overload it, which you understand later as well. And then this void means that it is not going to return a value. It's void. The English word of void means empty. It will not return a value. It doesn't mean that it will not return. It's returning hello Jamie, but remember that we typed that hello Jamie there by ourselves. If we don't type it there, it won't return it at all. But there's a method that you create that will return something back to you, even if you don't type anything there. But we will get to that as well. And then this main is the name of the method. Remember that at the top, there's the name of the class. If you are looking for this method, if you are calling this method, you'll be calling this method by a main. And then this bracket here is the argument that this method accepts. This method accepts a string data type, which is what we are going to be learning soon. You have to know data types. The kind of data that Java allows you to use. What's it called? Jamie has given me an example of int. This is a string. Strings are for letters. We have int, we have boolean. I will not go ahead of you. I will wait. I will teach you slowly. And then this curly braces here. Obus. Varchar is not applicable to Java, as you will find out tomorrow. Varchar is applicable to C# or what's it called? Visual Studio. It's variable character, but in Java we just call it char, and that's it. Yeah, Boolean is accepted. So anyway, let's not rush ahead. That's brilliant. And then this argument, it means that whatever you want to write inside like we've written here. So we use a string here, and we this args is a label. As how we break it down for you as much as I can. You understand this concept more tomorrow or today. I don't know. So and then we have to just like the class has its own curly braces at the beginning and at the end. The method also has its own curly braces. So you must separate the class from the method, because in a class you can have a lot of methods. So you have to enclose each method with the curly braces, and then you enclose the class with the curly braces. So everything from here to here belongs to this method. So we printed this thing out, system.out, which is basically the way you print something from the code to the console. And then we printed hello Jamie, welcome to the class. So this hello Jamie, because it's a string, you'll find out tomorrow or tonight. I don't know. We have 10 minutes. I don't think it's going to be possible tonight. Because it's a string, you have to enclose it with its closed double quotation mark. Otherwise, it won't happen. For example, let me try, but I don't know. So if I put 4, if I put 5 here, if I put 5 there and I run it, so I just have 5 here. You see, the 5 is in the screen. I don't have to put double quotation by the 5, because 5 is a different data type. 5 is an int. It's a whole number. It's an integer. So that is why we say Java has its own style and syntax, and you have to understand what they are to be able to work with them. So I hope so far that is kind of, I know that there's no doubt that we'll be like, oh my god, this is starting to get difficult. I know. But Jamie, yes. Well, if you are creating your method, yes. Jamie is asking me a question that might not be applicable to everybody. So in the method here, Jamie is saying that do we have to change this one to int? Yes, if you are creating your own personal method, you will have to. That is why I said let's try. I don't know. If you are creating your personal method, you have to specify the kind of data you are using. Otherwise, it won't work. But because this is the main method for Java, main method for Java allows you to modify the data. Only main method. Any other method that you create for yourself, if you put string here and you put 5, it won't work. You have to specify int at the top. But the main method is basically for practice, to be honest. It's helping us to run code easily. Apart from the main method, you can't do it anywhere else. And then, question from Blessing. Why are there curly braces on line 8 and 10? Well, if you are with me, I've said that this curly braces here at the top is, well, you see, when I click on this curly braces, you can see that this number 10 is highlighted. It's telling you that that curly braces is for the class level. It's basically enclosing any method that you create from the class level to the bottom. If I click on this one here, it will highlight number 8. So it's telling you that this curly braces, it belongs to this method here, this main method. Okay? If I have other methods too, they will have their own opening and closing brackets. Any bracket you open must be closed. Either curly or round or this very one here. So guys, this is our first code, but we have a lot of ground to cover. So I'm not sure. We have 7 minutes. Let me see what the next topic is, and I would advise if we can go ahead. So the next thing we are learning is variables. But guys, we will not go into it because I don't want to teach you for 7 minutes and go away. So we'll start from here tomorrow. Tomorrow, when we come straight to business, I hope and I beg you all to try and install your software, the Java and the Eclipse, and then try to practice this little thing that we just did today. This little thing, I'll be so happy, you know, if you can practice this little thing. So if you can do that, I'll be so happy with you guys. If you don't do it, I will still be happy with you. But you know what I mean. So tomorrow when we come back, we use we learn variables. We have to finish the Java tomorrow. We have to, even if it means, so this is a warning as well, even if it means that we're going to spend 20 or 30 minutes extra, we have to finish Java tomorrow, definitely. And then so that on Thursday, when we come back, we are going to Selenium directly, our SIM card. The reason why we came to this class in the first place. I'll begin to code. So I will teach you variables tomorrow when we come back, and I will teach you the data types in Java, arrays, loops, control flow statement, a class, object, a method, constructor, polymorphism, all of these things as well. You have seen most of them already, but I need to explain what they have to you, and we have to practice them. Okay, we have to practice them again. So let me see this question that we have here. Jamie, don't worry about shortcuts, to be honest, for now, because you're advanced. I can send you a link of shortcuts, but let's I have your number. Let's focus on how to do it right. You have to learn the straight cut first before you learn the shortcuts. And Solomon, yes, I will. Solomon, I will do that. Okay. And then the last question: Joshua said, "Can I show you? Can you please show me the Eclipse page again?" Okay, the Eclipse page again. All right, hold on. Page history. Okay. So go back to the page. Okay. Okay. I have 4 minutes. Joshua, can you please show the Eclipse page? Joshua, this is the Eclipse page. Okay. I will copy it again for your own sake. Joshua. Where's Joshua? Okay. Joshua, I've sent you the link again, so you have it. Try and copy that and keep it somewhere on your system. Okay. Oluwasegun, okay, I'm just going to copy it to everybody, okay? Okay. For everybody, that's the link to the Eclipse, okay? What you need to do is to go to this page and select your own system. If you are using Mac, go to Mac. If you are using Windows, go to Windows, download it. And once you finish downloading it, go to your own folder. I don't know where it is on your folder. For example, me, if I go to my show folder now, in my download folder, I have these three files that we downloaded tonight. So go there, click on it, and it will give you prompts. So for example, tonight, I've downloaded Selenium Java server. This is Java. So all you have to do is just, for example, just click on it. Once you click on it, see the Eclipse. If you say run, it will go. I'm going to cancel it because I don't want it to mess up my own environment. I have it already. So it's an example. So those people that want me to go over the Eclipse as well. So that's it. Go there, select your own version, and begin to install it. Follow the prompts. And also the same for Java. This is the link to the Java. Go to the Java. I'll copy and paste it again. So once you are here, accept the license and then select your own version. If you're running Windows, if you're running Mac, Linux, Windows, anything you're running, click on it, download it, and then when you start to install it, it will give you prompts. Okay. Stella, I don't quite get you. What link do you want exactly? The link I'm sending to everybody. If you look at the chat, you can see what I've sent to you, to everybody. So I've sent the link to Java and link to So which link do you want personally? I don't know. Tell me again, Stella. I've only had 1 minute. It's not there. Okay. All right, Stella. Let me go to Stella again and find Stella. Stella. Okay, Stella wants the link personally. Stella. Okay. Check your. It depends on your own window. If your window is 64, download 64. Okay. You know what I'm going to do, guys? This is the end of the class for today. I'm going to stop the recording. Thank you for your efforts. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your contribution. You made the class interesting for me as well, because I like when I'm teaching and people are participating. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop the recording right now, and I'm going to paste the link on the... I cannot email you guys. I don't have your email address, and don't send it to me as well, because I'm not the administrator. It's WJ. But I will pass the information to WJ so that you can have them, okay? So I'm going to stop the recording, but I'm going to paste this on the notepad. So for those of you who want the links, just hold on and write it from the screen, okay? Thank you very, very much. And I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'll stop the recording so that we don't have too much video to watch.